Spawn, betrayed, murdered by his closest ally. Al Simmons, a deadly assassin, strikes a desperate deal with the demon Malebolgia, craving just one thing, one last chance to see his wife. But the pact twists his fate. Simmons is reborn not as a man, but as Spawn. Versus Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze, a stunt motorcyclist driven by love, makes his own fatal deal with Mephisto to save his father's life. But bargains with devils come with chains, and Blaze becomes bonded to the spirit of vengeance, transforming into Ghost Rider. I'm the Shinin, and I'm here to analyze their powers and strengths, to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. Spawn was once a man named Al Simmons, a highly trained assassin, considered the best in his field. At the height of his career, Al achieved fame as a soldier. He saved the president from an attempted assassination, an act that earned him a promotion. He was elevated to a secretive branch of the CIO, one that dealt with the dark truths hidden from the public. Jason Wynn, his superior and a man of immense power, saw Al as a threat. Al knew too much. Jason made a ruthless decision. He hired Chapel, Al's closest friend and partner, to eliminate him. Al Simmons was murdered. His soul was sent to hell. The sins of his past, innocents he'd killed during his CIA days, sealed his fate. But hell offered him a deal. A demonic being known as Malebolgia promised Al a chance to see his wife, Wanda, again. Desperate and broken, Al sold his soul. He returned to the world of the living, but not as the man he once was. When his memories returned, so did his pain. He sought out Wanda, only to discover a cruel truth. She had moved on. She had married his best friend, Terry. They even had a child together, a daughter named Cyan. It was then that Al's demonic guide revealed himself, a grotesque clown known as the Violator. He told Al the horrifying truth. His purpose was to serve Malebolgia, to lead Hell's forces in the eternal war against heaven. Before Al could resist, Malebolgia himself appeared. The reality of his new existence became clear. Now, as Spawn, Al Simmons stands caught between heaven and hell. Being a hell spawn, his strength is beyond superhuman. His speed, unreal. He's nearly invulnerable, able to heal and regenerate from even the most devastating injuries, using his dark, hellish powers. But that's just the beginning. Spawn has a terrifying edge. He can feed off the evil auras of others, drawing their darkness, their sin, to fuel his own strength and recovery. And then there's his suit, a living, parasitic, symbiotic entity known as Letha of the 7th House of K. Letha isn't just powerful, she's limitless. Anything Spawn or Letha wants to happen, can happen. The suit is a weapon unto itself. It can create chains, claws, spikes, morph into whatever Spawn needs in the moment. And that cape, it's not just for show. It's a deadly tool. It can trap enemies, shield Spawn from danger, and strike with brutal precision. The best part? Letha thinks for herself. She can fight while Spawn focuses elsewhere. She's strong enough to smash through brick, fast enough to catch bullets. But there's a cost. Letha feeds on necroplasm, a hellish energy Spawn is made of. And if she uses too much, Spawn gets dragged straight back to hell. Fortunately, like her master, Letha can also consume the evil in others to stay powered up. Now let's talk about Spawn's magic. It's insane. Teleportation, easy, shape-shifting, of course. Explosions, matter manipulation, invisibility. You bet. He can even open portals to heaven and hell, fly with his cape, and command the elements. Fire, water, you name it. But here's the thing. Despite his godlike abilities, Spawn often sticks to his roots. He's a soldier, a special forces veteran. And when things get brutal, Spawn reaches for what he knows best. Guns. Any firearm you can think of, Spawn's a master. He can turn the tide of any battle with pure tactical skill. However, he's not untouchable. Two things can hurt him. Necromagic, holy weapons forged in heaven. And yet Spawn's fought and killed beings you'd think were untouchable. Assassins, cyborgs, vampires, ghosts, angels, demons, other hellspawn, rampaging gods, even Satan. And when Spawn was granted unlimited power by the mother of all things, he didn't hesitate. He banished God. He banished Satan. He wiped the earth clean, rebuilt it in his own image. Then he did the unthinkable. He gave it all up. Spawn sacrificed his godhood and returned to what he was before, a hellspawn. And now, he walks the earth, a warrior of darkness, a force of reckoning, Spawn. Johnny Blaze, the son of stunt rider Barton Blaze, grew up in a carnival environment after his father's death in a motorcycle accident. He was adopted by Crash Simpson and became close with Crash's family, especially his daughter Roxanne. Tragedy struck again when a motorcycle accident caused Mona Simpson's death, and her final wish was for Johnny to stop performing motorcycle stunts, a promise he secretly broke by continuing to practice. Years later, Crash Simpson was diagnosed with terminal cancer. Desperate to save his adoptive father, Johnny made a deal with the devil, revealed later as Mephisto, offering his soul in exchange for Crash's life. The devil cured Crash's illness, but unaware of the cure, Crash attempted a dangerous stunt and died in a crash. With Crash dead, the devil returned to collect his due. Though Johnny accused the devil of betrayal, Mephisto claimed he fulfilled his end of the bargain. As punishment, Johnny Blaze was cursed to become the Ghost Rider, his body possessed by a demonic spirit. By day, Johnny lived among the living, but by night, he transformed into the fiery, vengeful Ghost Rider. The Ghost Rider. He's not just some spooky skeleton on fire. No. He's one of the universe's greatest threats. With superhuman strength and speed coursing through his burning bones, the Rider is practically unkillable. His skeletal body regenerates from damage that would reduce anyone else to dust. Oh, and he can shoot fire. Not just any fire, though. Hellfire. The kind of fire that laughs in the face of regular flames. The kind of fire that burns your soul. And let's not forget his ride, the Hell Cycle. This demonic masterpiece is more than a bike. It's a weapon of chaos. It's not bound by the rules of reality. It responds to Johnny's thoughts, scales walls, and outpaces legends. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, the hammer that crossed a galaxy and back in under a minute. The Hell Cycle outruns it like it's a tricycle. But it's not just about raw power. The Ghost Rider wields his hellfire chains, lashing out with fiery wrath, dragging his victims closer, until they're face to face with their doom. Or rather, their penance. The penance stare is Hell's way of saying, think about what you've done. No, really, he forces you to relive every ounce of pain and misery you've ever inflicted on others. Every cruelty, every sin, every mistake, all at once. It's not anger, it's disappointment, and it hurts. If your sins are too great, the penance stare doesn't just make you suffer, it obliterates your very soul, leaving you a hollow, lifeless husk. Let's get one thing straight. The Ghost Rider doesn't just take down petty criminals. No, he's gone toe-to-toe with Hulk, Thor, and even Doctor Strange. He's quick enough to dodge bullets, or catch them in his teeth. He's strong enough to tear down skyscrapers, each weighing as much as 1,100 blue whales. Hellfire eruptions, mountain explosions. He's survived it all. Even when World War Hulk unleashed a beatdown that could flatten armies, the Rider just got angrier and hotter. But here's the kicker. Johnny Blaze isn't just a host for the demon known as Zarathos. He's the only thing holding it back. For years, Johnny has fought to control Zarathos in his mind, barely clinging to sanity. But when Johnny falters, when Zarathos is unleashed, all hell breaks loose. Not metaphorically. We're talking actual hell. Zarathos isn't just a demon, though. He's an angel of vengeance, twisted by his mission. And when this fiery angel goes full throttle, even Doctor Strange, the guy who deals with supernovas like candy, starts shaking in his cloak. At his peak, bonded to another host, Zarathos even defeated Mephisto in his own realm. Let that sink in. All right, let's dive into this. Spawn versus Ghost Rider. They're both iconic superpowered characters from different universes, and each brings something unique to the fight. Now, I'll analyze their powers and strengths to uncover who would win in a one-on-one fight. There are key factors to consider in this fight. 1. Offensive power. Ghost Rider's Hellfire is a devastating weapon capable of burning both body and soul. His chains and Hell Cycle add significant versatility, while Spawn has a nearly limitless arsenal of weapons, magical attacks, and his symbiote's adaptability give him far more options in a fight. His ability to manipulate the battlefield with magic adds a strategic layer. Edge, Spawn. His vast arsenal and creativity in combat give him the upper hand offensively. Second, magic versus divine power. Ghost Rider. Zarathos is a divine entity with immense power, particularly potent against Hellspawn. His hellfire and divine strength are significant threats to Spawn. While Spawn, his necro magic is versatile but doesn't explicitly counter divine energy. However, his ability to manipulate hellish and dark forces keeps him competitive. Edge, Ghost Rider. Zarathos' divine origins and angelic power give him the edge in a direct magical clash. 3. Stamina and longevity. Ghost Rider. Virtually endless stamina due to his supernatural nature. He doesn't tire and can continue fighting indefinitely. Spawn, limited by necroplasm reserves. Overusing his powers risks weakening him or sending him back to hell. Edge, Ghost Rider. His stamina is effectively limitless, unlike Spawn's. Lastly, soul-based attacks. Penance Stare versus Spawn's resilience. Ghost Rider. The Penance Stare is one of the most powerful soul-based attacks, but it requires the target to feel guilt and have a soul. Spawn's tortured soul and resilience may mitigate its effectiveness, but Spawn contained unknown number of souls. If the stare can target not only Spawn, but also the countless souls within him, it might overload him with the accumulated pain of thousands of lives. This could overwhelm even Spawn's immense willpower. While Spawn has endured immense psychological torment and spiritual attacks before, his symbiote might shield him, and his experiences could allow him to resist or even counteract the stare. But the unknown number of souls within might amplify the stare and cause his demise. Edge, Ghost Rider, while the Penance. Stare might affect Spawn, but the unknown number of souls within him might amplify the stare and cause his demise. With all this, Ghost Rider wins.